Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby. Thetford is not here. Ashby is. I think David's zooming in. Do you see David zooming in yet?
He's not online yet, but
okay.
I would expect him to be very soon.
He's had an interesting last 48 hours, or 24 hours for that matter. And
an interesting next 24.
And our next 5 hours. Yeah. He did the Estacada game last night, and Estacada won.
Yep, advance.
So they will play again, I guess, Tuesday.
Yep, in the state semifinals at a neutral site instead of going to San Antonio and playing Final Four.
UIL sometimes does things right, and sometimes they mess up, and I think they messed up on this.
Yeah, that's taken away a really neat experience from a lot of kids getting to go to the big arena for the big tournament. And
our bunch at Monterey went to Austin, which was the place for the state championship then, but we both times got to go down there and play a semifinal game.
Yep.
And then we played the championship game. Now, luckily, we didn't lose the semifinal game. But those two teams that did lose the semifinal games, they got to go.
Yes.
They got to go to Austin. They got to experience it.
Yep.
And even if you're going to go to, big school, little school, so what? That's just 12 more games, and you make some money. I mean, get a gate.
There was two 1A teams that won a state championship. I mean, two 1A teams that got into the semifinals that did not get to go to San Antonio.
Yeah, they didn't get to go to San Antonio.
And those little schools like that, that's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for the 6A team,
I don't remember who we beat last week, who Monterey beat last week, but it was, somebody, and they didn't get to go to San Antonio, and they would have.
Yeah.
So the one advantage is you're going to have a rested state championship game instead of a 1 day between. That's the one advantage. But other than that, I think you're just depriving kids that probably deserve.
Yeah, and I understand why they're not doing it. It's hard to have that many. Once they went Division I, Division II in every classification, it's hard to have that many games in that many days. But they need to figure out some way that they can get them all into a tournament location at a big college or something.
Yeah, without a doubt. Okay, y'all on TV can see the caps here. I put the friendship cap on just because those boys, they had a really, really good year. They got beat. I think they got beat by a really, really good team.
Yes.
I don't know if that team will win was it Denton Guyer? Who did they beat? Who beat
Denton Guyer. And if they don't win it, they will probably be there playing for it.
Yeah. And then I got Lubbock Christian cap out there in front of Craig. Oh, I didn't introduce Craig Wells. Craig Wells is taking David's spot today, and usually I used to worry to death when David wouldn't make it in. Now, David doesn't miss much.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't miss much, but when he does miss, I used to worry to death. Not one time did I worry. Once you said you were coming in, I was good to go. So. And Craig is now the
substitute host.
Y'all remember your substitute teachers? When I swear, Craig, I'm laying in bed last night and I'm thinking, Craig is the substitute. Ms. Brenneman. We had Ms. Brenneman and she was, I'm going to say, believe me, she's been dead for 30 years because she was old then, but she was tough as a boot.
And she must have been pretty good to make an impression like that on you.
She was plenty tough, and that's why I remember Ms. Brenneman. So you're the Ms. Brenneman.
There you go. That's probably an honor.
But anyway, and you filled in on all the shows, haven't you?
Yeah. I've filled in on 9 to 12 on 100.7 and filled in from 12 to 3 on 100.7 so far. So they've all got things going on. Trust me. Choice is doing friendship baseball and basketball, and Jamie's gone some. And, it's just those guys have a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, got a lot of things going on. And in fact, Jamie, we may hear from Jamie and Gus probably in the 11 o'clock hour.
God, was that
a
game or what?
They wanted to be on earlier, but we got David. That's probably David right now. We got David. We might as well say who we have on the show. We've got David, and then we got Blake Porter. That name might ring a bell. It might not ring a bell, but if I tell you it's the kid that made the 94-foot putt and then went up to New York and could not have represented Texas Tech any better than I think he and his girlfriend and his mom did. All right, he's coming in. And then we're going to have, at the top of the hour, we're going to have Coach Kittley, who's right in the middle of the Big 12 championship, and I think we're going for a three-peat.
Yep.
We don't just
on the men's side.
On the men's side. And a one-peat on the women. I don't know if they've ever won it.
Yep. I think you're right.
I don't think the women ever have. And I think we've got a chance. You're saying there's a chance. So I think we've got a chance there. And then let's see. I think that might be all the guests that we're going to have. But it should be a good show. But anyway, back to Craig. He fills in on lots of them. And I tell you something else I thought about you is you've got a good radio voice.
Ooh.
There's a whole lot of us on this station that don't have good radio voices, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, I think some people might argue that point with you. But
I was at the basketball game the other day, and this lady goes, "Your voice sounds familiar." She goes, "Are you on the radio or TV?" And I just said, "That's sort of him hawed." And my wife said, "Yeah, that's Gary Ashby." She goes, "Oh, okay." I knew I recognized the voice, and I said, "Yeah, it's called Country Hick." I've got that country Hick radio voice.
Yep.
So anyway, should be a good show today. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope y'all enjoy it. We may lose some of y'all at 11. I understand that because Monterey, they play on TV. Good luck figuring out how to do it. Just Google UIL. I think the UIL is trying to get a money grab off the TV. So I think you're going to have to pay for it.
Yep. And find it.
And find it. Hey, and if not, listen to it on
97.3.
Is that what it's on?
No, I don't know. I don't know which one it's
us.
on. Hey, there's about 10 of them.
That's
I don't
us.
know.
We're on 97.3.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one it's on.
I don't either.
Well,
it won't be that hard to
David
find.
might let us know.
It was on 1340 before. So anyway.
Yep.
Hey, there comes our special guest.
No, the special guest is standing back there in the back.
Yeah. He brought mom, dad. So I suppose that's dad. That's a young-looking mom and dad. Gee whiz. See, I think of people like Craig and I being moms and dads.
Right. Yeah. Or grandma.
Hey, good grief. You doing all right?
Yes, sir. I'm
good.
You good.
Doing good.
Guess I'm sitting.
Yeah, come on in.
Okay, perfect.
You're sort of barging in on a middle of a segment, but that's okay.
I like you.
You're sort of the head guy.
Now, is this appropriate or what?
I mean,
you know what the name of this energy drink is? Rockstar. I mean, is that appropriate or what?
Well, all right, guys. Those of you on TV, you might recognize him if you saw the Today Show. If you don't recognize him on the radio, guys, this is Blake Porter, and he's a Red Raider. And I'm gonna tell you what. I thought this that if you'd have gone to Central Casting and come up with a group to go up and represent Lubbock and Texas Tech, I think you might have come up with Blake and his mom and his girlfriend.
Hey, no doubt. No doubt.
They did
hit a home run there.
Hit a home run right there.
Hit a home run right there for Lubbock, Texas.
Well, since you've already barged in on the first break, why don't we just get here and see how did all this transpire?
Yeah.
And Blake's the guy that made the 94-foot putt. And I swear we sit up there at the game and go, they ought to give somebody something if they hit the board.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody's ever going to hit it in that little mouse hole.
And then to find out what he got, I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, you do that and you get a little prize?
Yeah.
Well, you explain it all.
But you spend for the prize. First of all, let's start. You went to the game. Let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know if I was going to get in. You know, it was such a big and high-tier game. And, you know, there's a kid that started camping out on Saturday. And so I was like, I work on Monday. So this is going to be, I don't know, lucky just to get into the game. And so ended up getting there. I my buddy saved me a spot in line, and we still had to wait 35 minutes to an hour.
All right, so let's go back to that. So you cut in line. So the person,
some call it cutting. I don't know.
The person at the very back of the line that gets up to the deal and say, "Sorry, we're full."
The one that's slipping his tent for 4 days.
We had to let Blake in up there. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just to be clear. So we get in, and then one of my buddies, he waited a while, and he saved me one spot, and he was up in section 122, which is a really good area. We got a really good view of the court, and then the booths were right next to us, so that's where like Joey McGuire was, and all of them. So we were able to just literally look to our left, and he was right there.
Isn't he great?
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, it was really, really cool. And then the rest is history. I ended up, I shot the putt. They told me to be down there 5 minutes into the first half. So when I found out that I was hitting, that I was going to be putting, and then by the time that I got there, there was.
Wait a minute, how did you find out? Is it like a?
It's lucky. It's luck of the draw.
I mean, let's go you?
Pretty much. The interns, the Tech Athletic interns, they just pick somebody out of the crowd usually, and I just got really lucky to be selected.
But you didn't say, I shouldn't even be in here because I had to cut in line to get in here?
Funny enough, I wanted to do the half-court shot. Yeah. I didn't even want to do the putt because I'm bad at golf, one, and, basketball is a lot more fun. I thought it was. But yeah, they were like, how do you feel about golf? And I was like, well, I hate golf. I suck at golf, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, you're in.
Yeah, no, it was great. And then, so they asked me if I wanted to do it. And 15 minutes later, I was down on the court. No practice swings, nothing. And then, the rest is history.
Had you seen the putt contest before?
Yeah, and no one, it's just pitiful.
Yeah.
It's
everybody's
pitiful. That's right.
My goal, I was talking to the intern, and I said, my goal is just to hit the board.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it goes in. I just want to hit the board. I don't want to embarrass myself.
And you didn't see it, but the people behind you were giving you instructions. They were saying, now he breaks this way, he breaks this way.
There were some aged men.
It's Terry Fuller, who's been on the show before, was one of those aged men.
Yeah. He gave me some pristine advice. He was like, left to right, and I was like, all right.
And you were going, what's left to right?
Yeah, and I was like,
I'm pretty sure that basketball court is flat.
Yeah.
It didn't break left to right.
It's a weird draw, though. It is.
Did it?
It's weird.
So it had a little.
So we ended up coming back the next day with KCBD, and they wanted me to hit it again, and I did. My first shot, I hit it again, which was crazy.
In the hole?
Yeah. They had
way.
They had a plastic cup that you would drink out of that somebody left, similar to that one.
Okay.
And they're like, let's see if you can hit it again. And literally, first thing that we did, I went straight 94 feet and I hit it again.
It didn't make any sense.
No.
And then I'm going to skip forward, and then we'll skip back. We skip around here.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah. You go on the Today Show, and you putt. And you're like a half an inch from making it there, and then they say go again, and I'm saying don't go again. You're not gonna, you're not gonna do that again, and you're darn sure not gonna make it. Don't go again. It's not gonna go well. And almost made it again. What the heck?
I don't know. It was crazy. So they actually gave me some time to warm up and actually practice.
At the Today Show?
Yeah. So we got there at 6:45, and I didn't even go on until 8:30. So we had a lot of time to do whatever we wanted. And I don't know if you saw, but it's cobblestone, and it was a patch of green that was bumpy, you know. So during warm ups, everybody else's shots that were going off to the right and left, that was me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be horrible. But after I hit it, that first shot, I thought when Craig hit, I thought it went in. That's when I went and celebrated. I was like, I literally thought it went in. And then my first shot, I was like, man, there's no way it happens. Then the second shot looked really good. I really wish I could have made it. That would have been. Insanity. It would have been so cool.
It was pretty cool otherwise.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
All right, now let's get to this power drink here.
Yeah.
All right, you're what, 22?
21, yes, sir.
21 years old, in shape, and you need a power drink?
I'm exhausted.
Energy drink?
I'm a little tired from all the travel, to say the least.
Right,
and then we got back in town
jet lag
on Thursday. I had classes on Friday. I worked yesterday. And then last night I had a church retreat, and I led worship for it. So I haven't been able to rest. So energy.
Let's go way back.
That makes sense.
Let's go way back.
Yeah.
Since you're so old.
Yeah. My ancient years.
Yeah. I had some daughters, went to Monterey. Gary had a daughter or two daughters and a son that went to Monterey. He himself went to Monterey, and you are Mr. Monterey. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when did you graduate?
2022.
Mr. Monterey.
Yeah.
He's right up there with Gary Ashby and Taylor Ashby. And
legendary names. What can I say?
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm wearing this cap. It doesn't fit. I guess my head's grown since Taylor was out there. But you quarterbacked the football team?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And your coach was?
Wayne Hutch.
Yep.
Oh, Hutch is a good one.
Yeah.
He's a
good man. Yeah.
Yeah, he took a team to the state finals this year.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat. All right. I'm assuming they said you can bring your mom.
Yep.
Or did they say you can bring 2 people?
No. So initially they didn't even say I could bring anybody. Right. And I was like, me alone in that town, I'm going to be super
Now, did Gio
alone.
go with y'all?
Yep. So
sort of
Gio,
a chaperone? Or?
Yeah. So he would have come either way. And then, I was on the phone with the lady, Lilia, and she was great. She was the booker, and she was just awesome. And I was like, hey, I may be a grown-up, but, like, I still feel like a kid. Can I please bring my mom? And,
Can I bring my mom?
And she was like, absolutely. So I was able to bring my mom, and then Megan, her family, at 1:30 on Tuesday, I guess it was Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, technically, I was like, man, like, this is not going to be the same if Megan can't go. And so I got on, and
is that nice or what?
Looked for some tickets. We found some, and then her grandparents ended up paying for that. And then at like 2:30, we made the decision that she's flying out next morning at 5:30.
Good decision.
Yeah.
Good decision. That was pretty cool. And Mom,
So
I'm telling you right now, Mom, when Patrick Mahomes came on, which we're going to talk about, your eyes were worth every penny that we watched on.
Oh, yeah.
Your eyes went from this big to this big, and it was so cool that you were there. So cool that you were there.
It was awesome.
Well, I appreciate Tech stepping up, and instead of getting those little
AirPods
or whatever they are, they gave you a little bit better gift, and we'll talk about that when we come back. We'll be right back with more Sports Talk with Thetford Ashby right after this.
Cool.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All right, back. Visual Edge IT used to be Benchmark. Y'all remember Benchmark? Visual Edge. Go to visualedgeit.com for office equipment. Hey, big and small. They can handle the huge businesses, or they can handle you. So go to visualedge.com. And Q4. I should have given you some Q4. But it sounded like you got plenty of stuff. So
I'll be all right. I'm grateful for what you gave.
In fact, you might even go down there and sell some of all the stuff you're getting.
Yeah, might as well.
So anyway, but Q4, that's Brad White, the old Cardinal Sports Center, just south of the Loop on Slide Road. And anyway, they're great. Hey, they support people in Lubbock, and that's who we want to support, is people that support Lubbock. So anyway, go see Brad White and our friends at Q4. All right, now back to you guys. All right, you said you're glad to get that scholarship because what's coming up?
Ring season.
Ring season.
You got to put a ring on it or somebody's going to beat me to it.
You're going to put a ring on what?
This beautiful girl right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to sort of work my way into that because I thought you were talking about the senior ring, your class ring, your graduation ring.
No, yeah.
That's what it was, ring season.
Yeah,
I thought.
Sorry. Wedding ring.
No, we're talking about the ring.
The big ring.
Well, are you sort of making an assumption here? Or
yeah, I'm being a little presumptuous, but, you know, she came to New York with me, so one would think that maybe there's a yes in there somewhere, hopefully.
Maybe. All right. Well, that's up to you two.
If she was going to go another direction, she'd have probably already
I give it 60-40. You know, I'll play the odds.
Well, it's not you that counts. What do you give it, though?
Yeah.
60-40?
Yeah.
Okay.
More than that. All right. Well, let me tell you what. I'm a shrewd judge of character. There's lots of things I'm not good at, but I'm a shrewd judge of character. You two are, and your parents too, and I don't know your parents, but y'all got they say it's 50-50 on weddings. Yeah, not you guys. Y'all are good to go, assuming you say yes.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you say no, that's perfectly fine with us.
True. I'll never recover, but that's okay.
We've got no problem with that. You do what you think's best for you. Anyway, okay. What else are we missing on this trip to not getting in the game, cutting in line, getting picked out of the 15,000 people that are there.
So what happened right after you made the putt and you got all your instructions and everything? How did you know you were going to the Today Show, and when did that happen? And right after you made the putt, though, did you go back up and watch a game?
Yeah, so that was the craziest part is right after I hit the putt, they got all of my information.
Yeah.
You know, I went down to like a little area, and my buddy was down there, and so I knew her, and we just started flipping out. And so I was walking back up to my seat, and I was getting high fives and fist bumps, and you're the man. And so like that was really cool. And I got up to my spot, and I was there with my roommate, and we were just like, we were freaking out, and I remember I just sat down and I was just shaky, and I was like, did that just happen? And I was watching the game. It ended up going to halftime, and I was talking to my buddy, and I was like, hey dude, I gotta go and walk. Like I literally don't know what to do. And the connection in the games is bad, so I had no text messages. I was like, this is cool. So I stepped out of the stadium, and I'm driving home, and my phone is just going.
Once you got service, it just started.
It was unbelievable. I called my dad, and I was flipping out, and I look at my phone, and there's like 400 text messages, and then my Instagram, the video of me hitting it is on there, ESPN and all that. I was like, man, this is
Was it
insane.
top 10? Was it on the top 10?
It was number 5. Yeah.
Oh.
So mom and dad.
Which I was like,
Wait a minute, Craig. What beat your putt on the top 10?
I don't know. I stopped watching after 5. But I'm sure there was some really great moments that were in there. So, yeah. And then after Monday night, I woke up Tuesday morning, and it was insane. My phone had, 1,000 notifications, and one of them was a DM from a girl named Lilia Wood. And I thought it was a bot. I was like, "There's no way the Today Show is reaching out to me." There's no that doesn't make sense.
So you got it through a DM on Instagram.
Yeah. So they ended up reaching out to Tech first, to Geo.
Yeah.
But they were getting their ducks in a row, so they hadn't responded yet because they emailed them like 5 a.m. So they ended up texting me at like 7 or 8. And then I looked her up on LinkedIn, and it was like head booker of the NBC, and I was like,
awesome.
Okay, she's legit. So I gave her a call. Funny thing is, I was walking into an exam, and I was having a lot of trouble studying. My professor was at the game, and so I went up to his office, and I was like, hey man, like this is a struggle for me right now. It's like studying and all that. So he was like, go take the exam, you'll be fine. I ended up getting an 88 on it, so thanks Professor Cardella for helping me out. But yeah, and then like that day, she was like, okay, we're flying you out. And the next morning I was off.
So Mom, when did you guys know he made the putt?
Well, we were watching from home, and they didn't televise it live.
Right.
And my phone starts blowing up. Did you see it? Have you seen it? And I'm like, what happened?
my little boy, what happened?
I know. Of course I thought something bad happened.
Yeah.
What's that say about me?
Yeah.
But and then they replayed it,
Yeah.
and we have a video of us watching it, and we're squealing. Like we couldn't believe it. It's so fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great way to find out, though. You know it? I mean, you know something, but you don't know something,
Yes,
That's
yes.
pretty cool.
And let me tell you this. I had 3 college-age kids. It's a pretty neat kid that said, I would like for my mom to go with me to New York. Y'all got to have a special relationship for that.
Man, she's my best friend.
Most people say, Mom ain't going.
Yeah. Even though Mom was sitting there going, me.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Man,
not really.
she was my first choice.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is
I wish I could
awesome.
have brought both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But she's my mom. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There never will be. But man, it was so cool to experience that. She's never been to New York. I've like the biggest town I've been in other than New York is Dallas. So it was a little bit of a shock going into Manhattan, and I was like, oh my goodness, where's the sun?
Yep.
Would they pick y'all up in a limousine, or did they tell you to take a cab?
We had chauffeurs the whole time, and I felt so cool. I was like, this is what it's like to be a
And
celebrity.
Gio was with y'all?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
you were right in the middle of the best part, Rockefeller Center. I mean, you started at the top and worked your way out.
Yeah, so our hotel was on Times Square. So we were at Times Square, Central Park, Empire State Building, Rockefeller Center. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
It was just so cool. Man, I can't believe it. I can't process it yet, but when I do, I'll let you know.
Yep. Yeah, you'll get back to reality when you got some exams here next week.
Yeah, and like in a month, I'll be like, man,
where'd that go?
Yeah, what happened? All this, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
All right. What's the neatest thing you ever did?
Nothing compared to that.
All right. Did you play sports at Monterey, cheerleader at Monterey?
I cheered, and I was in FFA. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And FFA, what did you do in FFA?
I showed pigs, and then I dairy cattle judged.
Okay. When you walk in the room, I don't think people would go, that looks like a pig show.
Yeah.
It was a disaster. Those pigs were the worst.
They were not in line.
So did you nurture them from little bitty pigs to big pigs?
Yep.
Like 400, 500 pounds?
Yeah,
maybe?
they were pretty big. I think around 200 and 300.
Yeah.
They were pretty heavy.
You might be able to answer this because I was looking at fainting goats this week. We're watching TV and I look over, my wife's on Facebook and she's watching fainting goats. So I Googled fainting goats. I'd like to get fainting goats. How do you get a fainting goat?
I don't know. I've only seen videos. I've never seen one in person.
Okay.
All right, you got my curiosity up.
I've
never heard of it.
What do you do? Well, I show fainting goats. And they go out there
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad that you both had great experiences, and I'm glad that it's a lifelong experience for you. You'll remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And Mom, you were right there with him. Mm-hmm. And I kid you not, I happened to be fixed on your eyes when they said you get a scholarship. And I mean, Mom's eyes went, whoa, like what? What do I get? Did that surprise you? Yeah.
I'm still teary.
I can believe it, Mom. I can believe it. That was pretty special.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was pretty special.
Sure, very cool.
Yep.
Well, we wanted to have you on because it's a special moment for Tech. Like I said, if we had the half-court shooter, he got 2 tickets to the Final Four, which is good. And then, the other, and I don't know why he got that because the other guys that shoot it, you know what you win if you make a half-court shot? $250. I'm sitting there going, come on, guys. If you hit the rim, you ought to get $250. So Tech's going to have to step up on there. All right, now that little wheel that you spun, for your prize.
Yeah.
What else was on there besides the earbuds?
Yeah, so they ended up letting me choose 3 out of the things on there.
Oh.
That was the first thing that they did. They were like, we're going to sweeten it just a little bit, just for a second. And so...
What, is this after you made the putt?
Yeah, so that's this is the next morning.
Okay.
And they were like, just tell the Today Show people that you got 3 of these. just for a second, just so we can,
that's
not
awesome.
be so embarrassed. And so, I got the headphones, which those are, almost $600 pair of headphones. And then I got an iPad, which, those range from $600 to, $1,300. And then I got a Yeti cooler, 75-gallon that I'm hoping to share with my dad because, he needed a new cooler. I don't even have one. And so I figure we can, use it, hang out, go to the lake and see what happens.
You're getting a hand-me-down cooler.
Yeah, I'll take it. They deserve the cooler. I don't need it.
Deserve the cooler. Well, my question: what are the other things that were on there?
Yeah.
If you said, okay, I'm going to spin the deal, and that's what I want.
Well, okay, so this is funny. The intern, the athletic intern, I told her, I was like, I really don't want anything except for the headphones. And so I spun the thing, and it landed on headphones. And I looked at her, and I was like, okay, there's a chance. There was an electric scooter on there, a coffee machine, a Dyson hair wrap, a 65-inch TV. A lot of really cool things, and I'm a finance major, so I looked at I've tried to find the 3 most expensive items. I was like, I kind of feel bad, but also not really. I was like, I'm a finance guy. What can I say?
Yep,
that's great.
And it was so cool though, as a participant in the stands watching, and knowing that thousands of people were watching, you'd hope that the person that made it like you did would have a reaction exactly like you did.
Yeah.
I mean, to start kind of going around like this and then to see Patrick and to run over and have your chest bump, I mean, it could not have been scripted any better.
I'm a pretty extroverted guy, if you can't tell. So I was definitely going to get hyped no matter what, even if it was close. And then it just went to a whole nother level when I saw Pat, and man, it was so cool.
Well, what was neat is you kind of where do I go? What do I do? And I'm hyped and everything. But then you kind of looked over to him and pointed to him, and there you came. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Man, I I'm not as much of an athlete as he is, but I know what it feels like to just be excited.
There's not too many that are.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, and I was just excited to be there, and he was just a regular dude to me at that point. I was just really excited. And he was one of the most flamboyantly excited person that was on the court. No one else was. Him and his wife were just freaking out, and so I was like, I'm freaking out too. It's chest bump.
Well, let me put it this way: there'd have been a lot of people come out and chest bump you, but they don't let just anybody run out on the court.
That's right.
Yeah,
like
that's the truth.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I know. All of Kansas City fandom was gonna hate me for a second. I thought if I injured Patrick Mahomes on a chest bump, so I'm glad everything. Yeah, I mean, because I went up and I had some force and centripetal motion or whatever going into that, so I'm glad that everything was good.
What's really cool is you're going to know Patrick Mahomes, and he's going to know you for the rest of your life. I'm the putt guy.
Yeah, it's crazy
I'm the putt guy.
that I'll be recognized by somebody. He's like one of the most famous people in the world. So
I'm the putt guy, Patrick.
Yeah,
crazy. I remember.
All right, Mom, you got any other kids that you want to brag on?
We have another son named Luke.
Okay, and that's it?
And he's amazing.
Big brother.
Okay, there you go. He's amazing.
They're complete opposites, but equally amazing. So.
Yep. Well, Mom and Dad, as they say in West Texas, and Megan, I'll say the same thing for your parents. You did good. You did good as parents because you've got a good boy and a good girl.
Man, thank y'all so much. It's been so cool to be here.
Oh, I found Dad a car wash.
Let's go.
There you go.
See, Dad, you didn't come for anything. You got a car wash.
It came out of the one I was going to give Craig.
Man.
All right, anything else you want to talk about?
Man.
Reggie Dabbs. Have y'all ever heard that name?
What'd you say?
Reggie Dabbs?
No, sir.
Okay. He's a very flamboyant, outgoing religious guy, and there's a deal in town today, and I thought that might be something y'all were.
And he plays the saxophone, and he talks to young people, and he gives a Christian testimony and message to them, and he usually does some athletes, but he does it to general student bodies. Usually, I think the middle school range, but he travels all over the country.
Okay, very cool.
Well, he's in town. We're going to have him on the show today, but
very
he
cool.
needed to be on early, and we already had you booked. So
anyway, and we are glad that you made the putt.
Hey, thank y'all so much, man. It's so cool to be here. Feel very blessed.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more minutes. So.
Okay. One question that I'm interested in. When you got to the Today Show, were you awestruck? Had you ever seen any like Savannah Guthrie or?
Man, she's so beautiful. I mean, it was crazy. Like, so Craig Melvin was the first person to come.
Who's just been named as a host, about a week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so he was the first guy that came up to me, and he was really cool. And they made a post, and it was like the bromance began or whatever.
Yeah.
And so me and him, man, he was really fun to be around, and they really just made me feel like at home.
Yep.
I wasn't nervous to be there, but it was just kind of weird to like see something that you've seen on TV and that millions of people watch, and you're just there, like that was crazy. Carson, Savannah, Al, like it was so fun to be with them.
Tell them about Jen.
Yeah, so we were backstage. We're about to go up and meet everybody, and this door behind us, it hit me in the back, and I was like, oh, sorry. I started talking to this lady, and I was like, man, you're so pretty, and what's your name? And I was like, I'm Blake, and her name's Jenna. So I'm talking to her, and Megan and my mom, they're like, and I'm like, what happened? Yeah, I had no idea. I was just like, she's just a really nice person to talk to. Turns out it was Jenna Bush, George Bush's daughter. So that was a pretty cool moment. I felt really embarrassed, but
where was she during the putting? Because she's sort of from around here.
Yeah, I don't
she
know.
Disappeared. And they were wearing red and black. Was that by design? Did they do that on purpose?
I mean, they should be.
All right, we got 30 seconds. Real quickly, were you supposed to stick around and eat, or did they just like you so much that they said, hang with us?
That's
what I thought.
Yeah, they
didn't book him, because if he was a jerk,
they would have kicked me off.
He's out of there.
And the food was good. I've never drank wine at 9 a.m., but it was good. Yeah, it was
Guys,
a good time.
we appreciate y'all coming on.
Thank y'all so much.
Proud of all of y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jesus loves y'all. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
All right, if I go out in public and somebody says, "Guy, you look good," you know what I realize? I'm probably wearing HG Thrash stuff.
Yep.
Because you can't wear HG Thrash clothing without somebody noticing that you look sort of extra special. today. So anyway, Howard Thrash has had that place forever. They've still got the 2010 Broadway, which has been with us for 15 years now, but they've also got the 82nd and Quaker. I think they call it Kingsgate South out there. And you talk about a good-looking store.
Yep.
Go in there.
Yep.
Tell you what, you could go in there one day when you're not doing anything, go in there and just look at the ties.
Yeah, on the table.
It's just a beautiful place. And then I'll take my cap off real quickly for you folks on TV. There is my Joe Heffley haircut at Hair Today. I went in this week and saw him and Butch. And
you probably found out something, too.
Yeah. He's
got some information.
Yeah, the barbers, that used to be the place you'd go back before the internet and all that. That was the place that you went and found stuff out. So, anyway.
Okay, I got a text from David Thetford.
Well, hang on. We'll get to that later because we got somebody that's way more important than David Thetford.
Well, hey,
Coach Kittley, are you there?
I'm here, Gary. How are you guys?
We're doing great. The question is, how are you after last night?
Well, we had a good day of qualifying. Everything didn't go perfect, but, we're trying to win 2 championships, and you got the men and the women, and there's always a little bit of up and down, but we qualified, really well yesterday. We had an opportunity to maybe move ahead a little bit on the women's side, but we didn't have a couple of events that we were hoping to do better in, but it's going to be really, really close today. If we have a good meet with our women and BYU, it's going to be both of us right at 100 points. And then on the men's side, I was really pleased how we qualified yesterday. We had one little hiccup in our 5th hurdler didn't make it, but other than that, we did really well.
Well, if that's the worst thing that happened is your 5th hurdler didn't make it, I think it went pretty good last night. That's great.
Well, we've gotten spoiled because we had 5 make the finals last year, and we were hoping to get them all in there.
And I tell you what, if they make the finals, that's points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Period.
It's 8 people. You just got to finish, and you're going to get something. So, but we're pretty spread out. I think the ladies, the women have 9 opportunities, 9 events to score in, and BYU has 6. So we're hoping that's. But they have 36 points, and we have 15. So we got some work to do, but I think we got a shot.
When I think of them, I think of distance. Am I thinking right, or am I thinking?
Man,
sprinters?
You are nailing it.
Yeah.
The whole meet today is relying on how they do in the 800, the mile, and the 3,000 meters.
Yep. Those
are the 3 events because they have a shot putter, and then they have, as I said, the 800, the mile, and the 3K, and then they have a 400-meter girl, one of them, and then and the 4x4. That's about it, So we're way more spread out, but they're really dominant in certain events, and they got 20 in the 5K last night, and those kill you.
Wes, going into it, did you think BYU would be where they are, and then they're followed by Kansas and Oklahoma State? So on the men's side, and then BYU and Baylor on the women's side are in the first 2 slots. Was that kind of expected at this point going into the finals?
Yeah, on paper, Craig, it's BYU beating us by 15 coming into the meet. And I think we've closed that gap, but it's just going to be tight. But, and more on the men's side, it was really more Iowa State. Don't let that first day fool you. You got to look at what's qualified and then where people's strengths are. But BYU men had a good meet yesterday, and I think they have a chance to, to possibly fight for the top spot with us, but I still think it's going to be Iowa State and BYU on the men's side.
23 runners, sprinters, hurdlers you have qualified for today. Is that right? Both men and women?
Yes, it is. That's exactly correct.
Yeah. That's a total of some points that can be put up on the board if we have some good performances.
We got to get it done.
Yep.
Yes, they have to come through. They really do, and but I feel good. Our kids, if we'll just perform what we've been doing all year, we're going to be fine. Our ladies have got to have a couple of things. We're ranked 9th and 10th in the shot put, and we need to score something there. And then, and then our sprinter girls and our hurdle girls, we just got to keep doing what we do, but we've got to have a really good day.
Sounds to me like it's going to come down to, does this kid finish 4th instead of 5th, and does the shot putter finish 8th instead of 10th? And just little things there is going to make the difference. Is that right?
We have got to, like I told you, we've got 9 events, and we just got to keep plugging. Each one of them gets something, and then we're going to put it all together, and that's how we're going to win the thing if we're going to do it.
On the women's side, Shelby Frank got you started off good. She won the weight throw.
Yeah, she's a stud. She's number 2 in the country, and she had a 76-foot throw, and she's been real consistent there. Won by 5 or 6 feet.
Oh, wow.
So, she was big for us, and we were counting on those. And so, we just got to get the other girls got to step up. But we got a lot of opportunities. We just got to get it done today.
All right, just for our listeners, how much does the weight throw weigh?
On the women, 20 pounds. On the men, 35.
Oh, good grief.
Yep.
Oh, it's a bear. Yeah, yep. It'll beat you up.
Okay, on the relays, you don't have a whole lot of them, but how important are they going to be today?
They could be real important especially on the women's side. If we come down to, I really have us both at about 100 points, and if it takes the 4x4 to win, well then I think we have a chance. I mean, BYU on paper we have a better relay than them, but I hope I would love for it to come down to that.
I started to say, do you think is that a possibility that it comes down to that final event?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it really could.
That's awesome.
When I think of the indoor and outdoor track, I always think of the University of Texas, which I don't guess I have to think about that anymore, but are they sort of missed, or are you just darn glad they're gone?
I would love for them to be here because we'd whip them in both. That's why I'd love for them to be here.
That's awesome.
Great. All right, when do things start today? And
well, the multi-events are finishing up. They just started, but we really don't start anything as far as we're concerned. The women's shot puts at 1, and then the running starts at 2 o'clock.
Okay. All right.
So field events at 1 and running at 2.
Okay, and then you can get a ticket online before you get there. Is that right? Or
I believe you can, and then you can walk up and pay and get one.
Yeah.
And it goes pretty fast because I think the last event is scheduled at 5:55 or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be about a 2 to 6 on the running, and about the same on the field events, but it's about 1 to 6.
Yep.
Hey, folks.
High jumps are the last field events, and they start at 4.
And there's something going on every second during that 2 to 6.
If you've never been to an indoor track meet, folks, you owe it to yourself to go out there. It's click, 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 click. It's run like clockwork. It's an amazing event.
No, it is.
And these are some of the best in the country. I mean, the Big 12, starting right here at home with Texas Tech. I tell you what, we've got some national contenders in just about every event.
No, it's a very strong conference, and distance running last night, BYU girl qualified for nationals. And you're going to see a lot of people today that get better marks for the NCAA and that weren't in the NCAA meet but are going to make it today. So,
yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're going to see some fantastic performances.
And a performance that we really like is Shamir Utter. Did he run his personal best last night in the 400?
Yeah, he did. Shamar's been a little bit injured, had a hamstring bothering him, and hadn't been in great shape yet, but really had a little breakout run there, but kind of showed it last meet running a 45 on the 4x4. We'd kind of eased him back into it. But I'm hoping for big things today with him, yeah.
All right, anybody else bunged up?
Oh, we got everybody a little bit bunged up, but nothing serious that I know of.
Okay.
It's just this time of year is what happens. And we had some kids that we didn't put in the meet because of it, but you got to go with what you got.
Well, you lost your triple jumper on the women's side.
We did. That would be big today. Yes, it would. But we got 4 other girls in there, and they've got to go get it done.
There you go. Coach, we appreciate you. Look forward to seeing how it goes today. And I strongly suggest folks get out there and see it. It's hard to beat a good indoor track meet. The weather's going to be nice in there.
It definitely no wind in your lane. You're
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Coach, we appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
You bet. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right. Coach Wes Kittley from
Has he
out there.
put together a program or what?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
both sides, men and women.
And he deserves everything that's gone on out there. But we have built a facility. We have built a environment that is very conducive to the best people in the country coming here.
Yep.
And he's just a wonderful.
And prior to the transfer portal, we had kids transferring here for that very reason, because they wanted to be a part of this track and field program.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see what the future holds with all the changes that are coming around to NCAA sports.
And there are plenty of changes coming.
Plenty of changes coming. All right. Before we get too far into other things, you're the new substitute. You're the new Ms. Brenneman of Raymar. So let's get to know you a little bit better, Craig. You grew up in New Mexico?
Hobbs, New Mexico.
Hobbs, New Mexico. You were a gifted athlete at Hobbs?
I was gifted, but just didn't get the big box. No, I played football and played all through high school, and then played basketball up until my sophomore year, but was never a great player. Played kicker and quarterback, but saw more bench time than I did playing time. But I enjoyed it. My dad was the athletic director, and I was pretty good fundamentally. I just couldn't run out of sight in a week.
I figure you're a lot like Gus, that you get that everything you had, they got. You know?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
That's what I always said about Gus, is you got everything he had.
Yeah. Every day.
I sort of took you as that same kind of guy.
Yeah, just wasn't enough sometimes.
Okay, so if you don't play basketball at Hobbs, it's not because you're not good.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they were flat loaded during those time periods.
Yep.
So,
and then went to school at Cameron University on a football scholarship. Again, didn't play very much. Is in Lawton, Oklahoma. And after 2 years, I saw, hey, there's not much chance.
Is Cameron 4-year school?
It is, yes. The year I went there was the first year it became a 4-year school.
So you had to sit down and make a decision. Do I leave here or do I come back? And that's a very mature decision.
Well, I saw the handwriting. I mean, I wasn't going to get to play, and there were.
I thought you said, going to say, I saw the handwriting. I'm in Lawton, Oklahoma. I can go somewhere else.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I ended up transfer out, and really the thing that made my mind up was I wanted to have a journalism degree. They didn't have mass comm back in those days. It was journalism, and Lawton didn't offer a journalism degree. So University of Central Oklahoma had one of the best schools in the country, and so I had an uncle that lived in Edmond, so I decided to go to the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, Oklahoma, and finished up my degree there in journalism, and then made a real mature move with my first job. I had no idea what I was going to do, so I went into coaching. I had grown up around it, and went to Roswell, New Mexico, and started football and basketball coaching for 3 years. Got the head basketball job, stayed another 3 years. Then went to Gallup, New Mexico for a year, and then came to Lubbock High School for 3 years. And then got out of that and went into the television business via a man that I met while I was in Roswell, and they bought the Channel 11.
Oh.
And so he asked me to come to work for him, stayed there 19 years, and then Gerald gave me a position up in tech in the athletic department as senior associate for external operations, and became his chief of staff the last 4 or 5 years. And then Kirby came, and Billy Gillespie had become the basketball coach, and he had nobody that he knew in Lubbock, so I went over there as the basketball administrator and tried to help him learn people in Lubbock and that kind of stuff. And where
got
things
some stories there.
And stayed 2 years doing that, and then went into David. I was going to retire, and David Syme said, we're starting a new bank. Would you like to come help us? And I said yes. And 10 years later, I retired December 31st of this year.
And went into the radio substitution business.
Yeah, been very blessed to meet a lot of great people, and work for a lot of great people, and been in Lubbock for 40-something years, so you can't ask for anything more.
Hobbs, Lawton, Edmond, Roswell, Gallup,
and then Lubbock.
Yep. So 40-something years in Lubbock.
Yep.
Okay. Well, good.
Yep.
Well, I just want people to get to know our new substitute, Craig.
All right. I
Wells.
want to share a
the text David
from
sent.
David. The game is on KKAM 1340 AM or 103.9 FM. And it's at 11 o'clock versus Liberty Hill. You can get it streamed on television or on your phone with the NFHS, National Federation of High School Network, but it'll cost you about $12 to do that. And
do it.
Yep. So
be worth $12.
There's a couple of ways to do that. And then I also got a text from David Hill that said they are called scare goats, and they react the way they do by falling over anytime they are startled.
Yeah, and they don't actually faint.
Yeah.
They just
they fall
freeze
over.
up. They just freeze up and fall up. But you want to see something cute, Google fainting goats. and they're not hurting themselves, so it's not like.
See, I learned something today. I'd never heard of fainting goats
Oh,
until
you're
today.
kidding?
Never heard of it until today.
I tell you what, I'd give $1,000 to have a fainting goat to go with our chickens. Yeah, I really would.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.